Slow code is easy to complain about and hard to fix. Claude Code has changed how I approach performance work: less guessing, more measurement, and much faster iteration. Here is the loop I run every time I need to make something faster. Performance work has a bad reputation because most people do it wrong. They read the code, guess where it might be slow, and rewrite that part. 9 times out of 10 the guess is wrong. The right approach is boring: measure first, fix the biggest thing, measure again. Claude Code makes both steps faster. The most important thing Claude will tell you when you ask about performance is stop and profile first. Ask Claude which profiler is right for your language and workload. Python, PySpy, or cProfile. Node, the built-in inspector. Go, Prof. Java, JFR. Claude walks you through setup, runs the profile, and reads the output for you. Flame graphs are dense. Ask Claude to look at your flame graph and name the top 3 functions by time. This turns 20 minutes of squinting into 30 seconds of clarity. Once you know the hotspots, you can decide what to fix. Most performance problems fall into a small set of categories. Missing database index. Loop that could be a batch query. Synchronous I/O that should be async regex compiled inside a loop. Repeated JSON parsing of the same data. Claude spots these patterns quickly because they follow standard shapes. Ask directly, is this code doing any of these 5 things? Micro-optimization, replacing a data structure or tuning a loop, is usually the wrong first move. But sometimes it is the right last move. Ask Claude to check whether a hot path is using the fastest available data structure for its access pattern. Sometimes swapping a list for a set saves 10%. After making a change, benchmark it against the baseline. Not a casual timer, a proper benchmark with warm-up, multiple runs, and statistical comparison. Claude writes benchmarks in the right framework for your language. Without this step, you cannot tell whether you actually helped. Sometimes the code is already fast and the problem is elsewhere: network, disk, database. Ask Claude to consider the whole system, not just the code. If the profiler shows most time is waiting on a downstream service, no amount of code optimization will help. Different problem, different toolbox. Performance work with Claude Code turns from an art into a repeatable process. Measure. Read the profile. Fix the biggest thing. Benchmark. Repeat. Try it on your slowest endpoint this week. Subscribe for more Claude Code deep dives, and I will see you in the next one.